The floor is now ready for the State of the City address of Honorable Henry Pryde Teves.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Before I start, I would like to acknowledge members of my direct family. My father, Dodong. My mother, Bobot. Congressman Arnie, of course. My next brother, Giovanni. And our youngest, Tomas. I also would like to acknowledge a very dear friend, Honorable Agustin Perdices of Dumaguete City. Good evening, sir. Members of the legislature, headed by Vice Mayor Martinez, department heads, who are all in blue, national agency heads, employees, fellow Bayawanons, good evening. Good evening. I am confident to say that we started things right. During our inaugural rights, I specifically stated that we will start with an ELA, and we did. We made an inclusive plan on what direction to take for the next 3 years. We pinpointed all the weak points of the system, and we worked on them. And I can say we have improved, and we continue to improve the system. Procurement. Procurement has always been the problem on all local governments. And it's primordial because when procurement is delayed, everything gets delayed. With my experience as Congressman, Vice Chairman of the Committee on Appropriations, I brought my experience, and with the help of our finance guys, we made consolidated procurement, bulk procurement, thereby fast-tracking the much-needed supplies that we need. We also did quantify the absorptive capacities of all our implementing agencies. Just imagine, an implementing agency capable of doing 50 million, and year in, year out, you bombard it with 100 million worth of projects. And later on, people start pinpointing here and there on who did what and what mistake was done and who was responsible. Not knowing that ultimately, he can only chew 50 million and you bombarded his mouth with 100 million. So now we were able to quantify, benchmark the absorptive capacity of these implementing agencies, and we will improve them. If our engineering before had 3 implementing teams, we will make it 5. If the GSO was merely complementary in making logistic and supply support, we will create 2 teams from GSO to take care of the renovations and repairs so that the engineering can take care of new construction. And while doing so, while we have delays as far back as 2013, 2014, 2015, we will get the help of outside sources. Bayawan Water District has helped us with all the BUB projects, and I would like to thank them. There are pools of private engineers here in our city and architects as well. I have tapped them. They are become an association. I have tapped them. They did all the other small stuff that is already too detailed or too nitty-gritty, and for me, is second priority to our engineering and GSO departments. And with their help, we can make things move faster. And why not? Why not fellow Bayawanons who lack the opportunity? It's better you give it to them because they are Bayawanons, they love Bayawan, and they will be embarrassed to fail. They definitely will be embarrassed to fail. We do capacity building of our employees. When we knew the weak points of every department and every employee, we focus and do accurate choosing of seminars, symposia, trainings to send them. We don't send trainings just because it is in Boracay or Vegan and the place is good. We send them to trainings because it is what they need. In fact, a few weeks ago, I was called by an agency asking me to explain why I did not send our people to this garbage training. I said, because we do not need it. I will not send our people there because we do not need it. In fact, we are the model in our area. And it is a waste of expense. Our one-stop shop is finally here. When you go to our new City Hall, you go to window 1, it's the paper that is running and the person doesn't have to fall in line in every window. Our target is to make everything happen, permits in 3 hours, and to make social assistance happen in less than 30 minutes. They might say that New City Hall is... They might say the New City Hall is far, but I will tell you, I will make sure that you only go once, and when you go there, when you come back, you already have what you need. And that is how it should be. Quantify this all together, what you get. You get prudence in spending, you get savings, and that savings go to other necessities needed by our people. You get more efficient and effective service to the public. I am informed that the media group has a video clip regarding some testimonies and observations of our fellow citizens. So I will give you a few minutes to do it, please.
So og kulang og skills ang usa ka tawo ato nang i-train. Og dili siya willing ibutang sa field, dili po siya magpa-train, so atong babakasyonon.
His leadership style is like running the government as if a private business entity in such a way that he would like to fully maximize their potential in order to ensure that all his goals and his vision will be delivered in due time. He focused on the strength of each individual, working together as a team and collaborating with one another in order to make sure that the deliverables are met and ensure that the right people are working for each department.
Pagpapaspas o pagkalambo sa mga proseso sa pagpanabisyo sa ating mga syudad, labi na ang pagpadagan sa mga proseso sa City Hall. Ang pinaka-highlight ani mo ang pag-upgrade sa kanila itong tawag na business one-stop shop. Pagbalhin din sa ato ang bagong City Hall. Kung ang pagpasugod yun, paggamit ang atong government center na so sa iyahang political will, nahimong implement po kini sa dugay ng panahon na giplano.
Ang pagbago sa pamaagi sa proseso sa paghatag og medical assistance, diin ang kliyente dili na mangunay sa pagpalakaw sa papilis, mao'y usa sa akong nakita nga maayong kausbanan sa administrasyon ni Mayor Henry. Ang kliyente maghulat na lang nga tawagon aron mudawat sa maong assistance. Makita nato ang kalipay sa tawo kumpara ug sila mismo ang muadto sa matag departamento para mo process sa ilang papilis.
Na-address ang mga problema sa syudad. To cite an example is kaning atong procurement. For quite some time, ang procurement mao ay rason sa dilatar nga pag-implement sa ato ang mga projects. I-introduce ang bulk procurement to address this problem.
And soon to be bidded are 2 more projects which most of us are very much excited about, namely the lease of a 1.3 hectare lot previously used as City Hall to a shopping mall by not less than 5 interested parties, and second, the lease of a 3,000 square meter lot at Boulevard Asayahay Square to have shops and restaurants as destination of local and tourists alike. Expect all of this to materialize within a year or 2, and more likely, More will follow as your PPP team are headed to that direction. You know that your PPP team derives their inspiration and enthusiasm to the leadership provided by our young and aggressive, energetic Mayor, Pryde Teves.
Nahatagan mi being a frontline department, nahatagan mi og pag-innovate og mga programa para sa katawhan sa bayawan. Dili na pwede ang dili ka mo think out of the box because you really have to think beyond, no? So, dapat mag-brainstorm tungod kay dili na uso ang programa kaniadto, programa ra gihapon sa mga musunod na katuigan. Kinahanglan na innovation in terms of delivery of social services.
That is correct. You really have to think. I will prick your brains, remember? Anyways, with fixing of the administrative side of things, we have fixed the ship. I am the captain. You are the crew. The public are our passengers. We have fixed the ship. Now we are ready to sail. Moving forward. Agriculture. I never delved away from the vision of the city to be an agricultural city. So we walk the talk. If our budget is 800 million, then let our budget for agriculture be 10%. Not to include roads, not to include other indirect projects which will also cater to agriculture, but direct intervention. Direct intervention. We have too much land, 69,000 hectares. We have too many people who do not have the capital to work on the land. So what do you do? Make sure they are enabled so that they can work on the land and make income. If you're a fellow Bayawanon, you are entitled to have plowed 4 hectares. 10% of that will be for diversified crops, 90% for cash crops. And you're entitled no less than 5 bags per hectare or 20 bags of subsidized fertilizer. If you have land which is located in areas with a lot of water and you wish to go into aquaculture, the city will create the pond for you by virtue of our backhoes, and we will supply some materials needed for the ponds. You will buy the fingerlings from our hatchery, and we will help you later on the last months of the feeding to make sure that your fish is of good quality. For areas higher than 30% slope, I encourage everyone to go into fuel wood production. Pooling. If everyone is being arrested for doing illegal fuel wood production, let's make Bayawan an official accredited fuel wood producer. And the city will help you. No less than 20,000 per hectare subsidy for fuel wood production. As of now, 240 hectares have availed of plowing out of the 2,000 hectare target. 17 ponds have been completed out of the 60 pond target for the year, and 200 hectares of fuel wood had already been planted and are growing and expected to be harvested within the next 2 years. People ask me, Mayor, Congressman, is it right that you subsidize no less than 50,000 per person or per family perhaps? I said no, it is right. Why? Because if I do not give that family an opportunity, he will come down to my office and ask to be a takay. And I will have to find 6,000 pesos a month as his salary or 72,000 a year. And I have to make sure that next year, another 72,000 is ready for his salary. And after 5 years, I may have spent 360,000 for that family, and he remains a takay with no house of his own, with nothing of his own he can be proud of. But if I spend 50,000 in 1 year, and he has his 4 hectares of farm, maybe in the next 3 years he will not bother me anymore. Maybe the only time we will see each other is he has trouble getting a ninong for his wedding. Maybe after 5 years, he already has 10 hectares to his name. We want to be an agricultural city, right? Then what must we do? Direct intervention is the only way. Infrastructure. Because of the improvement and procurement, all the pending road concreting projects and equipment acquisition has already rolled out, and we are enjoying its benefits. The road concreting to Kansumalig, from Lapay to Bugay, from Bugay to San Jose, from Taiwan to Minaba have all been bidded out. All the heavy equipment are already here and being enjoyed by us. To make things more professional and apolitical, we created clustering of barangays. One team which is composed of a bulldozer, a payloader, 3 dump trucks, and a road compactor shall strictly cater to 4 or 5 barangays on a 7 or 15-day alteration. That will ensure that for every year, that barangay will be serviced for 60 whole days by that team. And with that, it remains apolitical. You don't have to go to my office and say, Mayor, pwede ko muhulam og heavy equipment? Kunya musulti ang mayor, nibutar ba ka nako? That should not be the case. That equipment should be on your barangay on that schedule, even if you hate me with all your guts. Why? Because that is your money and that is your equipment